Hello, my name is Matthew Kumi. I'm going to present inclusive leadership. So let us watch the following video.
Now, when you ask, what does it take in a business context for people to start to discern non-obvious areas of leverage, the answer is a very deep and persistent commitment to real learning. And there's a couple of features of this kind of deep commitment to learning. One is I have to be prepared to be wrong. Again, if it was pretty obvious what needed to be done, we'd already be doing it. So I'm part of the problem, almost for sure. My own way of seeing things, my own sense of where there's leverage is probably part of the problem. This is the domain we've always called mental models. If I'm not prepared to challenge my own mental models, the likelihood of finding non-obvious areas of high leverage is very low. Secondly, you need to really triangulate. You need to get different people from different points of view who are seeing different parts of the system to come together and collectively start to see something that individually none of them see. And thirdly, you need to be prepared that when you do start to see an area of relatively high leverage, it may take some time to develop, adopt, and apply really alternative behaviors and approaches. It may be years before a relatively higher leverage approach really bears fruit. Intelligence is always about systems. It's one of the reasons we don't really even need terms like systems thinking. You can say, well, show me an example where people have acted really intelligently. And almost always the examples will have to do with balancing the short term and the long term. They'll have to do with some ability to forego short-term benefits in the sake of investing in something in the long term. They're not just about opportunism and getting the most we can in the shortest period of time. Almost never will people give examples like that. They'll say, oh yeah, I was part of a team there was real collective intelligence in that team. That's the other thing to me that's very important about the notion of intelligence or smart in a social context. We all probably spend too much time thinking about smart individuals. It's one of the problems with school. It's very individualistic, very much about the smart kid and the dumb kids. Okay, that's not the kind of smartness we need. The smartness we need is collective. We need cities that work differently. We need, industrial sectors that work differently. We need value chains and supply chains that are managed from the beginning to the end to really produce social, ecological, and economic well-being. That's the concept of intelligence we need, and it will never be achieved by a handful of smart individuals. It's not about the smartest guys in the room. It's about what we can do collectively. So the intelligence that matters is going to be collective intelligence, and that's the concept of smart that I think will really tell the tale.
Have you seen how IBM is changing the way leadership education is designed using innovative technology in 3D worlds? Let's have a look. This is a tour of the IBM Virtual Worlds course titled Inclusive Leadership. This course showcases world-class design principles to ensure IBM's emerging leaders have the skills needed to lead and leverage their diverse teams. At the start of the 2-hour session, participants gather in the Leadership Learning Center. Once there, they are invited to position their avatar on a world map, on the country or city in which they live. Seeing each other in this space gives participants a sense of place and connection as they appreciate the global and diverse nature of the class. Next, participants are introduced to a model which examines the 4 progressive stages leading to a diverse environment. Let's have a look at how participants assess the teams they lead or are a part of by standing on the step that best represents the stage of their team. The idea is a 3D representation of the model to teach leaders to move through the stages as they learn to value diversity, compliance, tolerance, commitment, and business leverage. A 3D brick wall is a metaphor for the barriers that members of a diversity constituency often face. Participants are invited to break down this wall as they learn how to help the people they lead to address barriers they face at work. Removing barriers helps promote an inclusive environment in which everyone can fully engage and contribute to business objectives. Next, the team move through a series of rooms which simulate real-life work situations and target potential barriers that a member of IBM's diversity constituency might face. a female leader leading an all-male team, a gay consultant in a global role, a wheelchair-bound employee seeking a sales rep job, choosing the right person for a position whilst avoiding age discrimination, balancing work tasks with elder care responsibilities. After completing each immersive activity, participants gather in a comfortable couch area that resembles a fireside chat. Using the 3D environment in this way encourages participants to share personal experiences and insights from the activity. Participants capture their insights on a 3D interactive whiteboard that allows them to type their comments simultaneously and bring their input back to the main room for a debrief discussion. After the activities, the participants return to the main room for their debrief. This is also an opportunity for the facilitators to add key points, challenge assumptions, and share additional resources. At this point, participants identify actions that they can apply toward becoming a more inclusive leader as they lead their diverse teams. How did participants respond? What did participants say?
3D reinforced cooperative learning and improved the experience for me.
The 3D debrief area provided a relaxed environment to discuss inclusive leadership and share insights.
Avatars created a sense of being part of a real team and helped us work together to complete breakout room activities.
3D helped us identify with the members of these constituencies and what it must feel like to experience these challenges in the workplace.
We hope this tour has shown you one of the ways that IBM is using innovative technology for developing our leaders to lead global and diverse virtual teams.
In the first video, Peter Seng shares his perspectives on the leadership and system thinking and outlines ideas that touch on inclusiveness. According to him, we need triangulation, that is, having people from different points of view who are seeing different parts of the system come together and collectively start to see something which individually none of them can see. He believes in developing, adopting, and accepting different alternative ideas. We need cities and industrial sectors that work differently in order to challenge our thinking about the system. There should be value and supply chain in order to produce socio-economical and ecological well-being. He sees this as the concept of intelligence that is not in one person. The value cannot be achieved by a handful of smart individuals. It is not about the smartest person, but it's about what we can do collectively together. The second video, presented by the IBM Center for Learning and Development, showcases world-class design principles to ensure that IBM emerging leaders have the skills needed to leverage and lead their diverse teams. The use of the world map points to a sense of place and connection as they appreciate the global and diverse nature of the people they work with. Removing barriers helps to promote inclusive environment where everyone can fully engage and contribute to business. Recognizing a female leader leading all-male team, accepting a gay consultant in a global role, and embracing a wheelchair-bound employee seeking employment as a sales representative all point to inclusiveness. I agree with Peter saying that leaders and school leaders for that matter need to have different people from different walks of life come together to work in a collective way. His position is supported by Kuzus and Posner that to encourage the heart, a leader must celebrate the values and victories by creating a spirit of community. There is need to find occasions to bring people together. They believe that leadership is about relationship. Peter Seng is right in saying that the value of an organization or school can never be achieved by a handful of a few smart individuals, but it's about what we all can do collectively together. Kuzus and Posner believe that leaders should make sure people understand how they are part of the whole and that lots of others are working to make them successful, even if they don't know them. A school leader or a leader should always say, we are in this together. For Kuzu Symposia, if leaders bring workers together, rejoice in a collective success, and display their gratitude, they reinforce the essence of community and enhance wellness. Kuzu Symposia support Peter Singh's position that the experience of leadership is not something that happens only at the top of the organization or that is confined to formal organization at all. It is everyone's business. For Kuzu Symposia, one can avoid excessive pride only when he recognizes that he is human and needs the help of others. Exemplary leaders know that you cannot do it alone, and they act accordingly by inviting others to join them in creating something they cannot create alone. They maintain that, according to General John Stanford, staying in love gives you the fire to ignite other people, to see inside other people, and to have greater desire to have something done. Leaders and school leaders, for that matter, should be in love. Kuzu Symposia believe that ordinary people make extraordinary things happen. Like the IBM video revealed, Kuzu Symposia think these people are from all over the globe, from all age groups and personalities. They are said that paying attention and creatively and actively appreciating others increase their trust in you. This kind of relationship is even more critical as the workforce is increasingly becoming more diverse. There is a great inclusiveness in the IBM video about a female leader in the all-male team, a gay consultant in a global role, and a wheelchair-bound employee seeking employment as a sales representative. Kuzu Symposia support this position that the best leaders bring out the best in their constituents. Kuzu Symposia understand that while there is no barrier, people can come together to celebrate, thereby proclaiming respect and gratitude and renew a sense of community. Challenges of an inclusive leader. Inclusive leadership can be challenging. The tendency as a leader to think that I am in charge and therefore may not regard other staff members' contribution could surface. Also, the possibility of acting tactfully and cleverly to deny or favor someone an opportunity or an employment due to some ties cannot be disregarded. Another challenge could be the difficulty in recognizing and celebrating the success of a lower rank personnel. Pride can be a challenge for ensuring inclusiveness as a leader, as the staff will not be encouraged to do anything. Collective intelligence can be challenging to some leaders for fear of losing their job. And this is the bibliography for this project.